Satnam, goddesses. I'm so glad we are here together. The new moon hit exact yesterday at 1 p.m. in California. But we are still in that new moon energy. It hasn't left the sign of Aquarius. And I just want to talk about all of the energies that are happening. There's a lot of power in this new moon because the new moon that happened at the beginning of the year was also a solar eclipse. And a lot of times that just kind of overrides being a new moon. It's like that becomes the focus. And it's also the bigger energy. So in some way, this is the start of the new year for the goddess, for the energy that is coming in 2019. Also, everything is going direct, which means all of the planets in the sky are going and they're moving forward. Also, there is this amazing energy that's called Imbolc right now. And it is one of the goddesses, there's 8 portals that the goddess goes through in a year. And Imbolc really means in the belly. It's the beginning of spring. And it's interesting because it's so cold. And imagine if you're in Ireland, it's like snow. It's like spring? What? But it's that warmth in our being saying spring will come. So this is a really amazing, week for you to identify what do you want to birth. And a lot of times a new moon really should be very specific and have like a moon cycle. But this moon invites us to really look at what can I make happen in a year. And then as we travel together this year, we will make progress moon by moon, right? The other thing is there is different planets involved, so Jupiter is bringing a lot of good luck, but Pluto is also involved. And Pluto is a very interesting planet. And Pluto actually means prosperity. And people don't think about that. It means riches. But the way it is, it's because it's connected to the underworld. And anybody who's ever been anybody had to go to the underworld first. And just like with us, it says we've got to address our darkness. We have to do that soul work and rebirth ourselves. We have to be willing to go into our underworld in order to be in the richness of who we are. And this new moon is really connected to that. So we're going to do a Kriya that is about success and happiness, but it's holding in so we can expel grief and guilt. So we're going to do the underworld work as we lift ourselves into that sweetness of a new moon. The other thing we're going to play with when we're ending, we're going to do a meditation on Ong. O-N-G, Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Ong is the Adi Shakti. So Om is very masculine. Om is like the sun. It is one-pointed. Ong draws down creation and makes things happen. So we're going to use that because Ong is like a seed. And this new moon is a seed for us. We'll do some times, as we move through this exercises where we can really feel into what we want to project and create, but also feel into what would be stopping us. What would get in the way? Because if you don't address that, you sort of are, moving through your life without all the knowledge, without all the tools you need. So we'll cover it all. And we'll have a great time doing it. Just know as a woman, we are the ones that show the men how to use nature, how to be innately connected to magic. They may never do it. But don't ever think they're not watching you, because they are. And they draft on it. They need it. Because they are not in touch with it the way we are. It's so interesting. Tony, Mahanraj Singh, he spoke at Rise for the women. And he asked her, he's like, I want to talk to these women. And I was like, oh my God. What are you going to say? No. And one of the things he said was, he goes, look, we have had the reins, men, for a long time. And he goes, it's not that we are bad, but we're just not able to fix it. And we need to let go of it. We want to. We want you to take the throne. We need you to. And I love that about, there's a lot of masculine energy that understands that. But I also love when we think of the Hopi Indians and when they realized, oh my God, we need to have way more feminine energy. When she became chief, she reached out to the other chief, which was the man, and asked him to come into the teepee. So we're going to have we're going to have another go at this. And as women, if we can reach out to the masculine and welcome them and let them support us, there's a whole thing in Kundalini that women have 40% more power. And that's true, right? So men and women have this arc line, which feeds the aura. And women have a secondary one from nipple to nipple. So we have 40% more energy. So what does that mean? Well, it means like a woman can wrap her energy around her children, her family, her business. She has this protection that she can exude that a man doesn't necessarily. But here's the thing. With more power, you can use it to destroy yourself or make miracles. And a lot of times when women are depressed or lost or alienated and lonely, we turn it against ourselves. So we have more power. That's why more women are depressed than men, because we have this power, and if we're not using it and being appreciated also for it, then we get imploded a little bit. But here's the thing. It's not so much that we're that much more powerful, because a man doesn't need it. And you're like, what? He doesn't need it because he is not the Shakti. He's the Shiva, which means he's like the sun. The sun shines on everyone. The male energy in itself it's like our soul. Our bodies, whether we're male or female, they are feminine in nature because they are a container. They're ever changing. They feel. The soul is masculine in its nature because it is one-pointed. It came here to wake up. It came here to love. And so men, whether it's a good tunnel vision or not, they don't need extra energy because they are one-pointed. We are going to do multiple things. So what I want us to really breathe into today is like acknowledging that energy and like let it feed us. Like why do I have it today? And what am I going to use it for this new moon? And really tap into it and know you have it, be conscious of it, and use it. We're so lucky to be women, I think. Although I can tell in a lot of past lives I was a man because I'm very masculine in a way. And that's okay. But
I just want to share that when Tony led your class 2 weeks ago, it was beautiful. His sharing was so open and so beautiful and really, brought a different element to the class, and it was wonderful.
right. Thank you so much. And I think we want to give space for men to honor us and take care of us. They really need to. If we're going to change the world and fix all this shit, somebody needs to protect me and make some money so I don't have to worry about it. I'm just saying. And I think,
Amen.
right? My mom was that woman that was at that point when the sexual revolution and women had power, right? And what happened is she did it all. My mom was like the vice president of the bank, but she was still vacuuming on the weekends, doing the grocery shopping, making all the food. I mean, my dad did stuff, but my mom was exhausted. So what did she get out of that sexual revolution? I mean, I remember as a girl watching my mom going, I don't want that. But I was raised by that lioness, so when I first married Tony, I was really like that, really bossy, really, I was in charge. And it only took me like 6 months to feel my values slipping away and my energy slipping away. And like, I was paying all the bills and I actually gave him my check. I said, you pay the bills. You take care of this. I don't want to fucking know about it anymore. I need my energy for this, because at that point I already was pregnant with Treasure. I'm not, it didn't mean I stopped work, but I was like, I'm not in charge of that. Because I need my energy to make something beautiful. And if I'm running around being a man and a woman, you know, it's like I run out of gas. And I think we put them in the position to run out of gas. Because if they're supposed to still be this man and they have no woman with 40% more power nurturing them, loving them, telling them they can do it, they run out of gas too. It's like we have to work together, however that works. You know, and we're lucky because we are realizing it. But we are creating a new paradigm. What we are making happen, we've never seen. So we have to talk with each other and like, is that working? And how does, you know, and keep creating it. And that, you know, this may be a part of this new moon. At the Women's Rise, there was this one part where we were talking about marriage. And the first marriage is to yourself. And the second marriage is to others. And the third marriage is to your Dharma, what you came here to do. But it starts, and if you think of a marriage, making a vow, I vow to never leave me. I vow to love me no matter what. I don't know that I've ever said that to myself. And it was really empowering to like, oh my God, I've got to love me first. I think I've been in that, but like to really make it, yep, this is my vow to me. Then it feeds everything else. It feeds our dreams, it feeds it all. And it really heals society. So let's rub our hands together. Let's make this new moon magic happen. Take a deep inhale.